Welcome to the nationally recognized Real Estate Radio Network's Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. In their fun and informative way, Don and Gino are here to share their 34 combined years of real estate and finance experience. Don and Gino will also bring you the very best experts available to help guide you through the real estate, finance, tax, and credit topics you need to know that is truly relative to your home market and improving your financial wellness. Now, here are your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
Welcome back to the Halloween special here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220. KHTS, the spooky special about things you need to know. Very scary stories of people that did not take advice from experts. These are things that happen in either finances or today. You're now part of the Real Estate Spook Hour.
The Real Estate Hour.
That's right.
Lots of real spooky stories in real estate.
Right. Happy Halloween to you. Don Getling, Gino Franti here, excited to share this special day with you because I know you're going to go out with your little kitties and go get some candy and you're going to steal the good stuff. I know you are. You're going to say, this is bad for you.
Daddy's going to keep this.
We totally do that. I always take the Swedish fish. So if you guys have Swedish fish to give out tonight, please do.
Yeah.
Swedish fish.
Love that stuff. Now you got to fight me for it.
Yeah.
And if you just recognize that beautiful voice, yes, backed by popular demand, Miss Tamar, House of Team House Real Estate. And another scary individual backed by popular demand, Mr. Steve Korn.
Hello. How are you?
That's what you got? That's your scary voice?
You know what? I don't know, man. I'm trying to work my voice up. I have to do a lot of trick-or-treating tonight and scaring the kids. So I got to save my voice for that.
There you go.
That's good. We've got a little spook guy that's been sitting at our door for a month. His name is Tony. You know, kind of like the one we have right there in the corner.
That we call Joe.
Yeah. And so he's been there all month. So my wife says, gosh, on Halloween night, you know, all the neighbors have seen him there all month. They're going to think it's just the dude that's just been standing there. Why don't you get into the costume and just stand there?
Rock it.
He says the parents and the kids will freak.
Dude, I did that. I actually wrapped up. I built my own guy with like stuffing and all that. And I put a pumpkin head on top. And I had him sitting in a chair with a whole bowl of candy in his lap and nobody around. And I sat behind him. And when the kids went up, if they grabbed one, I just say, thank you very much, or happy Halloween. If the kid would grab the bowl, I'd wrap the arms around him and start screaming. And the kid would freak and go running down the street. It was way more fun than actually doing Halloween. I don't suggest you do this because it traumatized a few kids.
Probably go to jail now for something like that.
I was going to say, these days, I think that might be a lawsuit.
This is back in the day when I was a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, now, back then the parents go, that was funny, man.
Yeah. Please call
What's your number?
But now, now
call your insurance agent.
Now, if you like, that's my attorney who's walking with us, just in case something like this happens.
A classic Halloween gag.
World.
So when the kids die down, all the trick-or-treaters are pretty much gone. You get a walkie-talkie, right? And you stick it in the bushes next to the front door of somebody's house. You know, ding-dong, run, and be across the street with the walkie-talkie. So the person opens the door, looks around, and nobody's standing there. And you go, hey, how you doing? What's going on? How did my costume? And like, there's nobody there. And you mess with them for a good 20 seconds, man, until they figure it out. They find this walkie-talkie.
There's going to be a run on walkie-talkies at Radio Shack.
Yeah,
I can see it.
For sure.
Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us on our Halloween special because we wanted to share with you the theme, if you haven't figured out from the first hour, is to tell you about scary stories of things that have happened in financial or real estate situations or could happen if you don't take the proper advice, because getting bad advice can cost you a lot. And we've all gotten bad advice. How about you, Tamar? Ever gotten bad advice?
Never.
Yeah.
You were lucky.
Was that good?
Yeah. Your nose hit me when you were by.
Oh, I didn't know you were dressed as Pinocchio tonight.
Totally. So we know what your costume is today. Steve, any bad advice ever?
I've gotten a little bit, yeah, but I've saved many people from the bad advice they've received. I'm going to share a good one with you in a few minutes.
Because I know I've given you bad advice from time to time, and you've given me bad advice.
Yeah.
But that's usually 1 o'clock in the morning going, want another one?
Yeah. Come on, it's early. Yeah, that's bad advice I don't need anymore. more of.
Especially in the morning.
Of course,
I hate you, Steve Corn.
But this show's going to be more like
my
good
fault.
advice, because Dawn gives me good advice. You can't have one more. It won't be more fun.
Well, Gino, there's no such thing as one more for you.
All right, guys. So let's dive into it a little bit, because I know all of you out there are going, all right, what's the spooky story? So even though when you see this lovely lady, you're going to go, how can she tell anything spooky? She's so lovely and sweet and helps so many people, but I know you have some spooky stories based on the amount of transactions you work with so many great people and are a very busy lady, so thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start off with what you got for us, Tamar.
Well, 20 years next year will be my anniversary for this wonderful field. I was 12.
Okay.
And my goodness, I could tell you guys story upon story upon story, but lately I would have to say it's about the investors that are just not listening to my advice and getting out there and saying, I only want to, make this certain amount of money every month, and it's just this same cap rate and the same exact dollar for dollar. There's just no give and take with that. And I think my advice to a lot of people has been, I know this market is growing. Take it, just run with it, buy it now. There's not a lot available. I will get you the amount of rental income you want for it. I promise you, just trust me. I have, property management experience as well. So it's just getting those people to trust me. And once they trust me, great. But I have investors that have bought property from me and then say, I want to rent it for this amount of money. Okay, we'll try it. It sits vacant for 3-4 months because that's what they want. So it's scary to lose $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 when you don't listen to me and say, you know what, just rent it for this, and you're going to lose a couple hundred maybe. So it's...
Yeah, Tamar, I'll jump on that, right?
That is a scary story.
Well, it is, because as a real estate investor, right, and I've now owned my properties for just about 10 years, I can tell you the number one most damaging thing as a landlord is a vacancy. Because
Exactly.
the most you would have lost, let's call my units usually rent for about $1,500 a month. Okay, there's been times I tried to rent them for $1,650. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. When you overprice, and this I'm sure is the same for a home, but
Exactly.
when you overprice your rental, you've already lost out on the group of people that would like to see a unit like yours. And then when you start to lower the price, you're chasing the market down, and it's very hard to find the point where you can rent it. And I know that, okay, so I've lost, by chasing the market down, I've now lost an additional $100 than what I would have lost if I would have listed it at the right price in the first place. And I had 2 months of vacancy, which is, let's say, for argument's sake, $3,000.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? So I lost $3,000, plus I lost the amount of time that they stay in there because my places are rent controlled. So by starting at a lower number, I can't raise them more than 3 or 4% annually.
Exactly.
So you could lose thousands and thousands of dollars for not listing it at the right price.
Exactly. So it takes the right agent telling you up front, this is what it needs to be, and trusting and knowing that they know what they're talking about and just going forward with that price.
Well, going deeper on that entire subject, Tamar House has very valid information here because she's one of the top real estate professionals in all of Santa Clarita, has been for quite some time, absolutely killing it out there for her clients. We know because we're fortunate to work with Tamar, and we love working with you because you are on it. Trust us. If we aren't on it, she lets us know. She does an incredible job for all her clients, including the ones we've referred her. And also you own a property management company, meaning you can tie the two together. Am I right?
Absolutely. I can service my clients if they need a sale, they need a rental, landlord, property management, commercial. I do just about everything any real estate professional would want their company or their residential properties to be managed by.
Well, managed, and then you can tie in, you connect the dots when it comes to negotiating the right price, knowing if that's the right investment for them, if they're going to get the right return, if there's going to be cash flow involved. These are the things you need to look at. You just can't, point and shoot. You have to actually have a target, and I know Tamar, you help them with that.
Absolutely. And when you're talking about prices for rentals, it's the same with residential properties for sale. If you price a house too high, it becomes a scary house to a buyer because they look at it, it's sitting on the market. What's wrong with it? It's got to be scary.
Right.
Something's wrong with it, and they don't even want to see it at that point. So it's all about pricing your house right, pricing your rentals right, and listening and finding an agent that you know and trust.
Very, very good tips from Miss Tamar House with Team House. All right, we have more great advice and more spooky stories right here in the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Don't go away. Our Halloween specials continuing on.
When my eyes beheld an eerie sight, and my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash.